Good morning. Tinyana, Yud Aleph, second column, bottom of the column. Hashem created a system called the Beit HaMikdash. The Beit HaMikdash keeps you in check. The Beit HaMikdash is a place where you have a certain dat, and that gives you the ability to always go forward in serving God. It's going to save you from two problems, which we spoke about a lot. One is complacency, staying in one place, feeling like you've done very good, having haughtiness and gava and pride that you're in the top, you're doing amazing. And the Beit HaMikdash will give you the feeling, don't think so, you have a long way to go. Also, if you're going to give up, you're going to feel like you have no shaykhis to Hashem, that you are not, Hashem is not interested in you, and doesn't want to know anything to do with you. The Beit HaMikdash will make you feel the feeling, which Hashem obviously sends, that you are the pupil of Hashem's eye. He can't be without you. You're so close to Him. You mean everything to Him. The Beit HaMikdash will give you those feelings. Interchanging. Sometimes you need this, sometimes you need that. Sometimes you're down, it picks you up. Sometimes you're up, it puts you down. The Beit HaMikdash also gives hasagot, big hasagot, makifin, dat, high notions that you don't even know how to translate them into words, but you have a fire and energy of serving Hashem. You don't want anything else after. Because it's like you're seeing but you're not seeing. You're seeing the next world. When you go there, you're sort of seeing the next world, so you know that this world is crazy to invest in. Don't invest in this world. The Chofetz Chaim once went to a rich man, and a rich man came to visit the Chofetz Chaim, a big rich man. He came into his house. He had a shack in Radin in Russia. There was no paved floor. There was no wood. It was dirt, padded dirt. There was no electricity. There was no water. Even in the Chofetz Chaim's time. Arnie, in that time, people had. And this was the biggest rabbi of the generation. Comes and says, you're the chief rabbi? How are you living like this? He said, and you, how do you live? Me, how do I live? I have a mansion, I have a house, I have servants, I have decorations, how can they let you live like this? So where are all your things? Where is your stuff? What do you have? He says, no, I just have a suitcase here. Where did you stay last night? No, I just stayed in the room. He says, why? He says, I'm traveling. So if you came to see me, why don't you bring all those things with you? Why don't you bring your house and your mansion with you? He says, I'm traveling, I don't need those things here. He says, I'm also traveling. I'm also just passing through here. I'm passing through this world. Who is crazy enough to think that he's here forever? Okay, you have a house, you renovated it once. You have to do another renovation, you have to keep going. It's comfortable, go live. Use the house for what you're supposed to do. People are just involved in renovating bigger houses, and then everyone moves out of the house and there's nobody left to live in the house. The Beit HaMikdash makes you feel that. Because it gives you like a little perception of the next world. The problem is we don't have the Beit HaMikdash. So what happened? Moshe Rabbeinu saw that there's not going to be a Beit HaMikdash. Moshe Rabbeinu begged Hashem, please have pity on the people. Help them. Save them. Don't let them be without this feeling, because otherwise they're going to get lost. So Hashem said, you care about them? You're going to be it. It's going to be you. You're going to be the replacement of the Beit HaMikdash. You become the Beit HaMikdash. So whoever wants today to connect to the tzaddik gets those same things. That's what we learned for already 2 months. And how do we see this? At the bottom of the page, at the bottom of the left column of Torah of Yud Aleph, Kislev. Now this is Chanukah, rebuilding the Mikdash. Rebuilding the Mikdash is in Kislev. So Kislev, look in the bold. Kislev Hotiyot Vayar Hashem Kisar Lirot. Moshe Rabbeinu went to see the burning bush. Ki Moshe Rabbeinu natan libo listakel b'tzaratan shel Yisrael. He concentrated, he meditated on their suffering. V'zeu sar lirot, lashon is sar v'zaef. Pain. He looked at their pain. Sar means to turn, but it also means pain. He looked at their pain. Moshe Rabbeinu cared about the people, even though he didn't necessarily need to, because he was sitting well. How do you say? Chef Tov. He had everything going for him. I'm not missing anything. When you are doing well, and you still go and pay attention to the low people, you're a real leader. Moshe Rabbeinu was this leader. And he didn't necessarily have the solution, but he cared for them and wanted a solution. You become the solution. And what did he really care about them? That they shouldn't sin. When Hashem saw that you care, you care, he told him, Moshe, I'm here, I'm ready. Says the Midrash, what does it mean, Hineni? Hineni de kiuna, I'm ready to be a Kohen. Hineni de malchut, I'm ready to be a king. Moshe Rabbeinu became a Kohen. He served in the Beit HaMikdash on the inaugurations. In the Chanukah, in the Miluim, Moshe Rabbeinu was serving over there. Only one-time thing. But he was a Pchina of a Kohen, and he was, of course, the leader of the Am Yisrael. He was a king.
Where is Moshe Rabbeinu in the Beit HaMikdash?
In the Mishkan. Look.
Mishkan, okay.
Hineni לכהונה, זה בחינת חנוכת הבית, שמוישה, כי משה שימש בשבעת ימי המילואים. In the 7 days of inaugurating the Mishkan, in the last days of the first days of the days up to Aleph Nisan, those days, Moshe Rabbeinu was there in those days of Miluim. He was there during those 7 days of Miluim. כמו שכתוב, משה ואהרון בכהניו. We say every night, every Friday, Shabbos. Moshe ואהרון בכהניו. They're both Kohanim. At the end, Aaron becomes the Kohen Gadol. Moshe Rabbeinu was supposed to be the Kohen Gadol if he wouldn't have keep refusing to take the job. He says, okay, Aaron will be Kohen Gadol. You should have listened the first time. Either way, he's Pchinav Kohen, aspect of Kohen. And says, Gam Kohen u B'chinat K'nariut ben v'talmid. Now a Kohen is ben v'talmid. What I told you before the Beit HaMikdash does is what we do to a son, what we do to a student. A son feels like my father's the Rebbe, I'm the top, calm down. Sometimes the big tzaddikim with their children, they need to push them away a little. By Rav Kenning, Zatzal, we didn't feel the difference between the way he treats the student or the son. Actually, we felt that we got more attention. The students got more attention than the kids. The kids, sometimes he would not give them on purpose to keep them in check, to keep them yirah of the father, to keep them, the son of Rav Kenning sometimes would be driving, I would be asking the Rav questions. And he would tell me, ask him this, ask him. Like, ask my father, why don't you ask? There was too much yirah. There was too much of a fear from the father, he couldn't ask him. I was, I had the chutzpah to ask. He was also, when a new guy comes into the shul here, and I need to meet them first time, he could be doing all kinds of craziness outside. But what do? You treat him nicely, you respect him, you spend time with him, you're mekar of him. Because if you're going to be too tough on him, you're doing averot, please don't come talk to me. Then nobody's going to come close. We need to bring them close, and eventually, if they get higher level, we tell them, please, I really want you to step this up. I told recently somebody that was mekar him a lot, but at a certain time, listen, you graduated, it's time that you fix that thing. I couldn't tell him a year or 2 or 3 years ago, not possible. Because if you tell them that day one, oh, this rabbi is too strict for me. So the tzaddik also is like that. And Hashem is like that also. To the big tzaddikim, he's going to push them away a little. Because, you think you made it already? You graduated? You're the top? Oh, you didn't start. So, and the Beit HaMikdash does that, and that's the Tinyana of Kohen as well. Kohen has that aspect to do that. You know why? Kohen is like a leader, a Kohen, a tzaddik, but Kohen, look what it says, ben v'talmid. Ki Kohen, b'Kohen ne'emar le'orot et b'nei Yisrael. He's a teacher. The Kohanim and the Levim are teachers. Le'orot nashon hora'ah. Hora'ah is instruction. Who do you instruct? It's b'chinat talmid. You instruct the Talmud. Gam ne'orot lashon herayon. Orot is also language of giving birth, pregnancy. B'chinat ben. So he is a teacher. He's dealing with child, dealing with student. A child you push far, a student you bring close. Your son grows up in your house. The son of the tzaddik grows up with Avodat Hashem, with mitzvot, so we can take a little bit. Yeah, I'm already top of the class. Please, you better start working because we're expecting a lot more from you. It's not enough to be here. We're expecting you to be much better with what you've been given. So the tzaddik and the Beit HaMikdash, and Hashem does that through the tzaddik and the Beit HaMikdash. We're seeing it, it's the Tinyana of Kohen, Pchinat Ben. Hineni le malchut. And he said, I'm also ready to be a king. Ze b'chinat malchut sh'aledon nimshach ha'parnasa shebo nitgare or hapanim. You have to refer to the old classes, but we said, in the bread, there's a system of bread where you can get a holy light, which is called or makif, which is levels that are not able to come down and be explained to you because they're going to overwhelm, but you get a taste of that light in the food. You also get a taste of that light with the tzaddik. The tzaddik, even though he's explaining to you things that are clear, he throws in things that you're not really going to get fully, but inside of that is a hidden message which is taken from a high place, which is called the makif, and that gives the person a fire of ratzon and desire. So this is the inyan of malchut, and we said over there that the malchut gets the parnasah, goes to get the parnasah, which is getting the makif. It's all shiurim, but basically I have that job as well. Moshe Rabbeinu is a Kohen, he's a king. The Kohen is dealing with child, he knows how to deal with you, when and what, and the inyan of malchut is getting these higher lofty notions, bringing them down and giving them in remazim, giving them in hints. The Likutei Moharan is written in a way where it's, why are you writing it like that? Can't you just make it a little bit more clear, a little more direct? Can't you just break it down? Like here I have a Musar book. It tells me, speak low, you won't get upset. Do this, you won't get upset. Don't ask favors, you won't get upset. It's very clear. Why is this Likutei Moharan so like back and forth and saying like this and saying like that? It's a little bit hard to grasp it because there's a lot of things in between the lines. And those in between the lines is makif. And what if you just sit on it and slowly learn it and not be rushing and even though you won't get everything, you're getting inside of you this access to this light which is contained in the letters, which is much higher than your intellect can allow you to grasp, and that translates into I want to be a tzaddik. You can go another class where everything is crystal clear and you can go out and say, okay, let's go do some fun stuff. But if you come out of a class over here, you're going to say, you know what, I just got to change. Well, where's the mikveh? Where's the tikkun klali? Okay, here's my credit card. Where do I give tzedakah? Just tell me what to do. That's what happens when you come to the Likutei Moharan. Right? When you come to the Tzion, that's what happens. I don't know nothing. Just tell me where to go. One guy in Uman, I have to call him a tzaddik. He doesn't live in Montreal. He had an experience in Uman. He came here the next day. He said, okay, listen. Just tell me now what I have to do. I said, what do you mean? He says, okay, I understood everything, that it's the main thing is Hashem. I was religious before, but kacha. Now I went to Uman. I understand it's only Hashem. I don't care about nothing anymore. Tell me, please, what do I need to do? So I thought, okay, learn every day a few halachot. Try to go to the mikveh. Do a little bit. But how did he get that fire? Because he got access to a makif. He doesn't know what it is. It's a light that the soul perceives that's much higher than his level, that makes him just want to change everything. Now there's a Yetzirah over there because it doesn't stay always that light. That light can go away, and therefore, if you don't right away put it in action, you're gonna lose it. That's why it's always important to put the inspiration in practical things that create more kelim. Every day, learn half an hour. Every day, go to mikveh. Give 10% of your money to tzedakah.
Tony Robbins says, never leave the scene of a decision without taking an immediate action. He's like, you have to do something right away.
I don't know if I would agree with that, but you have to take an immediate decision on future actions. Meaning, from now on, I'm wearing a kippah. From now on, I'm putting tzitzit. From now on, I'm going every day to a shir. From now on, I'm learning Amud Yomi. There's going to be times where Amud Yomi is going to be hard. We had a hard Amud today. But the consistency of that allows the kelim to come in. The Rav Zatzal would say like this: we see Bal Tshuva that have a lot of light, but they don't always have kelim. So if you grow up in the house of a Bal Tshuva, you are at risk. The children of a Bal Tshuva are very at risk.
And towards falling?
I'll explain to you. The children of the from birth, Torah, system, grandparents, schools, structure, are less at risk, but might have less energy and fire. I'll explain. The Bal Tshuva saw a light of the Ol Makif. So he's on fire. Can't explain to anybody. He's changing from day to the next. He's doing things, and he's half here, he's half there. He's doing things even that's not even like halachic sometimes. But what's happening? Me, I'm with Hashem, I'm trying my best. Great. We're happy with that. But the thing is, your kids don't have that light. They don't have that light. Because they didn't go through the experiences, the downs to get the light. You, many times, your light that you get is because you did a big down, and at a certain point you had a test. Hashem is always opening doors for you. You had a test somewhere in that low place, and you decided, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to go there. No, I'm not going to steal. For the tzaddik, I'm not talking about stealing. No. But who's watching? You don't even have Yirat Shamayim really. But no, something inside of me is telling me to do the right thing here. I'm not doing this bad thing. I'm not going to do that thing. That little decision over there, that little petach of a ula, that little petach of a machat, that little needle hole, opens you up. Hashem opens you up. Okay, you just passed a huge test. We're letting you in. But then you're always in sakana because you don't yet have the kelim, and therefore your kids who never had the test like you, well, there might have no kelim and no light. Whereas the chassid who might not have a lot of light, the shachrit, he goes, he puts on his tefillin, Rashi, Rabbeinu Tam, Tal, his mikveh, tzedakah, go to the shiur, daf yomi. You don't see him flying. He's not flying. But he has a lot of kelim which actually does have light. But it's contained light, and he does kiddush, he does havdalah, we do b'milah b'malka, we sing the songs, we go to the Rebbe, we get a blessing, we eat the matzah, we buy the matzah shmura. All those things are kelim of light, which actually contain the person to go forward and forward and forward. Sure, we should give a lot more light, we should give more enthusiasm, because there they have the yitzhak as well. But what you have over here is the Or Makif, which is coming down and giving that inspiration. So the person who is inspired has to know very well that he has to start putting in kelim and following the directives, following the minagim, following the halachot, in order to make sure that this light that he has goes in a proper vessel and he can give it to his family. Because we don't want people to grow and the families to stay on side. Because what is it worth? I see many people, he did tshuva, it's so much mesirat nefesh, but he didn't put a Torah family in the world. So then at the end he feels like disappointed, he feels like, I did so much for Hashem and I didn't, but you have to put into kelim after. And really what the keli is, Rabbi says in Torah Yubalin, Rav Nosson says, it's learning. Everything learning, Mishnayot, learning halachot, learning Gemarot.
With your family?
Yourself, and then fulfilling what we do. Okay, now we're doing Chalav Yisrael, the mezuzah goes like this, Havdalah, we have to do Avdalah, we have to do Milah B'Malka. We're starting to do all the. I'm learning and applying and bringing the just the regular. A lot of kids didn't learn so much, but they have a Torah life because they saw in the house. Most of the halachot about tshuva is hard because he didn't see. Well, if you get a Rav and you see the Rav, okay, I did see. It's like I saw my father. But if you grow up in a Torah house, you see what the father does. It's like natural. A convert is very hard. He's coming into a whole world. Even if you give him all the books, it's very hard for him to know. Most of the things we do is from the culture and the surroundings. Most things that Baal Teshuvas know is from the shul, so they see the shul. Things that are not done in the shul, they have a hard time with. Milah B'Malka is one of them. You do every week Milah B'Malka? No. You're 20 years in tshuva, you didn't do Milah B'Malka. Why not? It's halakha and shulchan aruch. I know, never saw it. Because
halakha and shulchan aruch.
Major halakha.
What?
Yeah. Shlam mikra v'chat targum. All these things, it's halakha, it's not optional. But since you came in and only saw from the beginning, you didn't see from your house didn't do it, so you don't know those things. How does a house have to look? A Jewish house looks a certain way. Has certain pictures, has certain furniture, the beds are a certain way. If you didn't see that from a house, so you're in trouble. So if you go to your Rav's house, you go to the Abrichim's house, you go, that's how it's supposed to be, so it rubs off. That's why a community kollel is very helpful, more than just the Torah that's protecting the city, that it's teaching the people. It's showing you live examples of, that's how the kid should look, that's how we should do. And the Abrichim learn from where? From the Rabbanim, who are eventually the Gedol Hador. So we're learning from the Mesorah. It's all a part of the Mesorah. Bottom line is that, how do we get here? But we need kelim. And that's why if you got inspired, make sure you sit and learn. Because that's the only way it's going to stay long term. Otherwise the light goes away, and then you have nowhere to contain the light, because you got a big flash, but there's no... If you have every day, Mishnah, Halacha, Chumash, Mitzvot, Sifrei B'Estev, you're staying with a group, then it's long, then it becomes real. It's like Pesach and Shavuot. Pesach is a light, no kelim. Shavuot, 49 days, 7 times 7. At the end, you get Shavuot, it becomes real. It becomes real, then it's yours. You acquired it. Pesach is free. Shavuot is earned. You understand? So the Baal Teshuva has a very big maila, because he got light that maybe many people would love to have that light. And the people who grew up with everything standard, not always they're going to get that light. And we come Baal Teshuva, Filu Tzadikim Goyim can stay. At the same time, they're in sakana gdola, Rabbi said. They're in a big sakana, because if they don't clean off the stains with the Torah, So then it's not long term. It's not long term, and then if it's not long term, it's hard to give over. It's hard to give over, and then let's just read a little bit more what it says here. This is the makif. וזהו בחינת מלכי צדק. זה בחינת מלכות שעל ידי נמשך הפרנסה שבו נתגלה אור הפנים. וזה בחינת מלכי צדק, look what the pasuk says, מלך שלם הוציא לחם ויין. Abraham Avinu won a war, he came to Malki Tzedek, it was Shem ben Noach, if I'm not mistaken. His name is Malki Tzedek. He is a Kohen, he gives bread and wine. Malki Tzedek melech shalem ze b'chinan malchut. This is the Ninyana malchut, which is the Ninyana of the Makif. Yotzi lechem v'yain, this is the malchut. Hainu b'chinat parnasa, shemeshach al yedei malchut. We said that the parnasa comes from the malchut. V'kohen b'chinat kiuna, שבן הכללות בין המתאמין שמשם נמשך הפרנסה על ידי המלכות.